how about this? So what do you deeply yearn for that you're still on a journey to attain?
Mhm. I write, and I have no confidence in my writing, while at the same time, I have received really positive feedback from the writers that I know, including my creative writing professors when I was working on my doctorate. So it's like, I know I can write. I'm aware that I can write. I think there's something to develop there, that so I keep writing. But I won't send in my stories because I write short stories. I won't send them into public publishing entities. And so I'm looking forward to not having distractions and to be able to just, like, I'm going to take swimming lessons again, and I'm going to get in the pool and put my head underwater, because what's the worst that could happen, you know? And do I really care if I get rejection letters? You know, I have these conversations with myself because I'm also finally going to get my website up. Victor Soto has been hosting my domain for over 10 years. He keeps asking me, are you ever going to use this? And I go, I am. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that,
That's
and yeah, further the writing.
good, because I every time I get a chance to read some of your posts, I always think that this would be a great short story to
And
publish.
and some things that Facebook has been good for me with that. It's learning, you know, so there are some things that I post, especially if it's about the past and about family and recollections and those things. That Facebook has been a good trial field to sort of see, is there an interest in these types of stories? And so that feedback has always been positive. Um, and when I'm sharing things about, you know, my experience, those are lived experiences. That's not fiction. But then fiction is based on, you know, and a lot of times arises out of. But I actually am wondering if I need to just, maybe the stumbling block or the obstacle that I'm sensing in fiction, I'm about to decide, well, Janice, maybe that's because you're not supposed to be writing fiction. Maybe you're supposed to be telling your stories.
Absolutely.
You know, maybe that's the problem, that instead of trying to create a story, just tell the stories, you know, and that will work. So
Absolutely. Just
yeah.
even grabbing all the ones that you've posted already
Mhm.
that have resonated with people, because I know I've read several of them, and I'm just like, these are just wonderful, because I think what I love about it is it does have your personality. It's
Yeah,
lived experience.
yeah,
It really truly is.
yeah. So that is something. You're the first person I've told them.
Oh, thank you for sharing. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah,
And we'll be there reading. I will be
yeah.
purchasing it. All right. So, what advice would you give to someone who's feeling lost in their career, looking to change their career?
I would tell them to try not to stress because they can always start over. That I don't think you're too old to start over. Like, I was 52 when I went back to school. And there was a time in my life where I would have thought, that is too late, you know, that's too old. No, I was 58. And there were people in the program with me. I remember one guy was 65 and just starting. And so that's one thing, is that you can always start over. And number two, you can change your mind.
Yes.
And it's possible that it might not make complete sense to you. Sometimes the things that, you know, all of the jobs that I've told you about, I was a musician. I didn't see any of that coming.
No.
And they were all the ones that I've talked about. They were really important. They were important markers. And I enjoyed those jobs. I enjoyed I mean, I still do, and I'm glad I had them. And everything I learned from them was useful to me in the classroom. I was hired at Mountain View, and the dean gave me a book. I was hired to do, the music and drama, stuff. And then she said, and you're also going to teach humanities. And I said, what's that? And she said, here's the book. And I was like, okay. And so then the book was all of the arts, and I went, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I do. And she said, no, the only one that you might not be prepared for, and don't worry about it, is architecture. Most people don't know anything about architecture. And I said, well, I just spent 5 years working in architecture and engineering. So all of those jobs, all those things we do, at some point in our lives, when they're needed, when it's right, they're just going to snap into place, and you'll find yourself going, like that moment, going, oh my God. And when I told her that, she said, you're kidding. And I went, who knew?
Oh, right, exactly. They just
Who knew? So all of a sudden, I didn't even need to read a book for what I had to do for that particular course. Now, of course, I did deepen my knowledge and do extra stuff, but I was able to walk into the classroom on the first day and talk about and know what I was talking about. And so I would have that conversation with people and let them know, you can always start over. You can change your mind. It's okay. Other people's opinions, don't let that be the driver for your decision making, and trust your gut. Trust your instincts. That's why we have them.
right, right. That's wonderful.